I'm going to tell you the story of my holiday with a family cat, Kiki, a short-haired white cat with an overriding narcissistic personality. Well, tendencies anyway. Before I finish this story, I'll have you convinced, along with 380 people who were unfortunate enough to be confined on the plane with her, as to whether she's just a cat or more. You decide. It's up to you to decide. Well, it all started when I decided to go on a holiday to Perth. I took Kiki with me as I felt she may create bedlam if I put her in a category again. Anyway, it was a bit difficult to find one that would take her. On the grounds, it appeared she'd, there was some small incident a couple of years ago, and I say something about she's on a banned list. Well, as I remember, wasn't much to it anyway. Just 20 cats got out and half the category burnt down. I don't say they can blame Kiki for that. She doesn't play with matches or anything. But that was my first mistake, to take her on the plane. My next mistake, of course, was to take her on as hand luggage, as I felt she could create a bit of bedlam in the cargo hold with the other people's property if she got one of the claustrophobic turns or narcissistic in there. And the other people, so people a lot of trouble and so forth in there. So, well, anyway, I took her on board and I thought, oh, well, she should be right here in alongside me. She'd strap her in the seat and should be fine. Well, it didn't take long. We no sooner got up there, about half an hour into our cruising speed, you know, 25,000 feet. And all of a sudden, row, row, row. And I go, what the hell wrong with that cat, for God's sake, what's wrong with it now? Oh, and I thought, oh God, what's the sandbox? Well, at 25,000 feet, in a passenger plane there isn't a sandbox. You just have to hang on to Kiki. Well, she didn't. Well, the smell was unbelievable. I thought, oh God, what are we going to do about this? And then this vomit woman across the aisle starts dry reaching. Another one joins in, and then next thing one of them's vomiting, then the other one's vomiting, and then the nervous passengers started to get into a bit of a state. Anyway, I thought, oh God, I'll take the cat and the cage up to the toilets at the back and clean it out. Anyway, Kiki was getting quite narcissistic by then, reaching out through the bars, trying to claw at people who went past, people coming back out of the road. People were convinced it was some sort of gas leak. I said, no, Carl, it's all right, I'll come down, I'll fix the problem. Anyway, I got her in the toilet cubicle, shut the door, of course, we didn't want anything loose in the plane, and cleaned out the cage, cleaned up the cat, and got it all cleaned up and fixed and everything. So then a horrifying thought came to me. I thought, oh, give thanks for the fact that we got her back in the cage now. Thank God for the fact that we didn't get any turbulence in the toilet cubicle, where we were in the toilet cubicle. One slightly narcissistic cat flying around a toilet cubicle at 25,000 feet was something I could really do without. Let alone the thought of falling down the toilet and trying to figure out. Well, I was very grateful for the fact that there was no turbulence. Yes, so we're back on our feet, and the very obviously nervous passengers were calming down now, and the cabin crew was working overtime to calm them down. I thought, oh well, they'll be right, I got her strapped into a chair, seat, got a cage strapped down to a seat, she should be right. Then it happened. Really rough turbulence. Bang, boom, boom, the cage flying away, row, row, row. And I got stuck, just about to hit the roof even with seatbelt on me. Next thing, the cage door flies open. Out flies one slightly enraged, narcissistic cat. I managed to grab the back end of her and try and pull her back into the cage, but she wasn't having the bar of it. No, she got her claws in the back of the, into the seats in front. Unfortunately, she got the woman's hair, who had been unfortunate enough to be sitting in that seat as well, to which there was this great screaming match of the cat going, row, row. And the woman screaming at the top of the voice. I tried to tell the woman to stop screaming. It was making me nervous and giving me a headache. and it's making the other passengers very nervous too. They're getting in a highly excited state. And then more turbulence. I lost my grip on the cat. Oh, bugger, I lost my grip on the cat. And the cat tore off through the plane, biting, scratching, clawing at anyone who came within range. And to which there was people who were already nervous had gone into complete blind panic now. They were running around the plane screaming, "There's a demented monster loose on the plane! There's a giant white rat in here and it's chewing at people, biting people! Save the baby! Lord, save us! Please, Lord, save us! There's a monster loose!" And one man even yelled, "Every man for himself! I'll give every bloody man for himself, I'll catch up with you! Now shut there down, shut up! I can get this cat back under it! Not a cat, it's a monster!" Oh, dear God. It's very hard moving around a plane with 380 people rising and running everywhere all over the plane. The plane seesawing through the air like this, you know. It's very hard to keep your feet in those conditions, try and find the damn cat. Well, you can know where it was, you can see the people jumping out of the road of it. Yeah. Oh, poor pilot, just wrestling the plane. Well, the co-pilot's passed out in panic apparently. The pilot's struggling to get the plane back under control. And he finally got it under control. He thinks to himself, what the hell is going on back there? Various thoughts came to mind. Maybe we're under ISIS attack. And maybe we hit by a Camarata missile, but that was unlikely, as we were flying out back South Australia. No. I know their politics are a bit radical, but they're and harebrained out there, but that's a bit much in for them. Whatever is going on back there, he's going to put an end to it right now. So in desperation, with a determinedly steely voice, he picked up the microphone, turned the intercom up to a screaming 225 decibels, 125 decibels, to hear above the riotous din. She screamed into the mic, he was coming out there in 3 minutes, and anybody not seated would be handcuffed to seat, and he didn't care which seat. Well, that finally did it. No one wanted to be handcuffed to seat, and especially the first class passengers did not want to be handcuffed in the economy class. The pilot descended upon them with an in-depth tirade about how dare they riot on his plane, and this was the worst incident of the 20 years of flying. If they wanted to land safely, they better sit down, buckle up, and more important, shut up. And if it did not stop right here and now, there's no way they would allow him to land the plane, with 380 riding people on the plane. Also, his co-pilot was in a very delicate state at this time. They all blame me, of course, which is very unfair, as it was Kingi's fault. The pilot said, any further yelling or complaints, and the person or persons would not only be handcuffed to seat, and also be gagged. I tried to explain about Kingi's little problem with bowel movements, but he said he didn't care, even if he exploded. Well, I thought that's extremely unreasonable, especially as I was sitting alongside her in my best suit. His earlier comments were most unreasonable when he said he'd like to put us up right there and then if he could. I did point out to him that it was most unfair and absolutely unreasonable, as we were at 25,000 feet and we did not have parachutes. That idea seemed to appeal to him, as he felt we could reflect on our behaviour on the way down. But he was a reasonable man, and I'm very thankful for that. I think it would have been like we wasn't. When we landed, it all started again. The man screaming panic, as people tore to get off the plane. I already had a nasty headache from the earlier screaming and I didn't need any more. Well, I really don't need any more of that damn bloody, blood-curdling screaming. God, it's only one cat, I said to myself. There were wild reports on the news that night of demonic monsters and demons on the plane. Some said they would never fly with the airlines again. Others said they would never fly again. One lady even said she'd never get anything that got more than 10 feet off the ground. I thought it was a bit bloody much myself. Hell of a carry on. It's only one slightly narcissistic cat. Security went into a panic. and called in the riot squad. It was absolute chaos and bedlam. A number of the passengers had to be tasered before they got things under control. I heard they had tranquiliser guns on the standby. I don't know whether that was for Kiki or the passengers. When we finally got off the plane, I faced a 2.5-hour grilling from security, airport security that is, ASIO, who wanted to be sure she was not some sort of trained ISIS suicide cat, Cassis I should say, state police, federal police, Animal Protection Society, and somebody representing an organisation to do with accommodation. They blamed me. They said they'd put us on a watch list of people and animals who were extreme menace to public safety, any public safety, anywhere. They banned us from airlines as we're too much a risk. In fact, they put in an old bulletin's warning about us, both of us, as an undesirable public menace to the first order, whatever that means. I got a huge fine for disturbing the peace and being a public menace to the first order, which I really thought was a bit much. I thought I was a bit bloody rich, I thought. Well, that was a bit bloody rich. It was a bloody cat that should have been put on the list, not me. As a result, I couldn't get accommodation in Perth. The airlines wouldn't, the bus lines would not take us home. Even the train would not carry us. Even when I promised to keep Kiki confined to the luggage compartment, the thought of passengers screaming out across the Nullarbor was just too much for the railway. So we had to hitchhike across, and it took 2 weeks. The bloody cat's picture was all one use. One trunky said he would take us part of the way, but he was keeping a tire lever alongside in case he got loose. I thought, good luck, mate. I don't like your chances. I thought of leaving her, the cat, out there in the Nullarbor. Decided against on the grounds it was not fair to the kangaroos, wallabies, emus, dingoes, and a myriad of other wildlife that lives out there. I just couldn't do it to them. Well, we finally got home. I got a message from the Cat Protection Society. I thought, oh goody. Oh, they're going to give me help me rehab the bloody cat. Well, at least give me a medal for bringing it home. When they came, they blamed me and gave me a big fine for bringing cats into dispute. It was not my fault. It was a bloody cat. It's just not bloody fair, I tell you. It really isn't. It's just not bloody fair.